This video is on real numbers from Exemplar. In this video, I have explained question number 11, 12, 13 and 14 of exercise 1.3. This is my part 8. Now the 11th question is, show that 12 raised to power n cannot end with the digit 0 or 5 for any natural number n. I'll write a few numbers which end with 0 or 5. Let it be 10, 15, 20, 25, 75, 90. 10 can be written as 2 into 5. 15 can be written as 3 into 5. 20 can be written as 2 into 2 into 5. 25 can be written as 5 into 5. 75 can be written as 3 into 5 into 5. 90 can be written as 2 into 3, 3 into 5. If a number ends with 0 or if it ends with 5, there is one factor 5 everywhere. So 1 factor 5 is always there. Again, I'll repeat it. If a number ends with 0 or 5, so 1 factor 5 must be there. So now I factorize 12 raised to power n. This is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 raised to power n. This is equal to 2 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power n. This is equal to 2 raised to power 2n into 3 raised to power n. So what we have seen, the only primes in the factorization of 12 raised to power n are 2 and 3 and not 5. So I'll write here. So the only primes in the factorization of 12 raised to power n are 2 and 3, not 5. So it cannot end with the digit 0 or 5. Now the 12th question is, on a morning walk, 3 persons step out together and their steps measure 40 centimeter, 42 centimeter, 45 centimeter respectively. What is the minimum distance each should walk so that each can cover the same distance in a complete step? Now how you will do this sum? Suppose there are 3 persons, first, second and third. Let me write, there are 3 persons. Let them name them first person, second person and third person. Length of step of first person is 40 centimeter. And the length of step of second person is 42 centimeter. And length of step of third person is 45 centimeter. Now, what is the minimum distance each should walk? If I am to find its minimum distance, then I am to find its LCM. I am to find the LCM of 40 centimeter, 42 centimeter, and 45 centimeter. I'll find the LCM by prime factorization method. So 40 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. So this is equal to 2 raised to power 3 into 5. 42 can be written as 2 into 3 into 7. It means 2 into 3 into 7. 45 can be written as 3 into 3 into 5. It means 3 raised to power 2 and into 5. Let me write it like this. So LCM is equal to, we are to check the prime factors. So prime factors are 2, 3, 5 and 7. So highest power of these prime factors are 2 raised to power 3 into 3 raised to power 2 into 5 into 7. So LCM of 40, 42 and 45 is equal to 2 raised to power 3 into 3 raised to power 2 into 5 into 7. That is equal to 8 into 9 into 5 into 7. That is equal to 2520. Now LCM of 40, 42 and 45 is equal to 2520. So that is the minimum distance each should walk so that each can cover the same distance in complete step. Now that is the answer. But now I'm going to explain what is the meaning of this complete steps. Complete steps of first person is, if we divide 2520 by 40, we will have the complete steps, 63 steps. Complete steps of second person. If we divide 2520 by 42, we will have their complete steps, 60 steps. Complete steps of third person. Divide 2520 by 45, 56 steps. First person will walk 63 steps to cover the distance of 2520 centimeter. And second person will have 60 steps to cover this distance. And the third person will have 56 steps to cover this distance. Since length of steps of first person is 40 centimeter, length of steps of second person is 42 centimeter, length of steps of third person is 45 centimeters. So first person will have 63 steps to cover that distance. Second person will have 60 steps to cover that distance, and third person will have 56 steps to cover that distance. If you find the LCM of these numbers, then you have the minimum distance they should walk. You can also come to know about the complete steps of each person to cover that distance. Now the 13th question is, write the denominator of the rational number 257 upon 5000 in the form 2 raised to power m into 5 raised to power n, where m and n are non-negative integers. Write the decimal expansion without actual division. Now our rational number is 257 upon 5000. And this is the numerator, this is the denominator. So denominator is 5000. And this can be written as 2 raised to power 3 into 5 raised to power 4. Now the question is, write denominator in the form of 2 raised to power m into 5 raised to power n. So its denominator is written in the form of 2 raised to power 3 into 5 raised to power 4. Now he says, write the decimal expansion. So 257 upon 5000. This can be written as 257 upon 2 raised to power 3 into 5 raised to power 4. In order to write its decimal expansion, we will multiply this by 2 and divide by 2. Why so? Because we want the denominator 10 raised to power 4. For that, we have to multiply and divide by 2. This is equal to 514 upon 2 raised to power 4 into 5 raised to power 4. This is equal to 514 upon 10 raised to power 4. This is equal to 514 upon 10,000. 514 upon 10,000. This is equal to 0.0514. Since you are to write the decimal expansion, and 0.0514 is the decimal expansion of the rational number. Now the 14th question is, prove that root p plus root q is irrational where p and q are primes. So we want to prove root p and root q are irrational. Let us suppose root p plus root q is rational. Root p plus root q is equal to a, where a is rational. Again, this line is very important. You must write this line. Root p is equal to a minus root q, squaring both sides. Root p whole square is equal to a minus root q whole square. This is equal to p a square minus 2 times a root q plus root q whole square. This is equal to p is equal to a square minus 2a root q plus q. This is equal to 2a root q is equal to a square plus q minus p. This is equal to root q is equal to a square plus q minus p upon 2a. Now left hand side root q is irrational, and right hand side a square plus q minus p upon 2a is rational, which is not possible. So our supposition is wrong. What we have supposed in the beginning that a is rational is wrong. Hence, root p plus root q is irrational. Here I want to explain one thing. 2, 3, 5, 7 are prime numbers. And root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7 are irrational numbers. Similarly, if they say P, Q are prime numbers, then root P and root Q are irrational numbers. Root of prime numbers are irrational numbers. So here I have explained last 4 sums of exercise 1.3. Here I finishes the exercise 1.3. This exercise of exemplar I have explained in 4 parts: part 5, part 6, part 7, and part 8.